Unpaid Homeland Security workforce raises alarm as security risks intensify. As a prolonged funding standoff in Washington continues to disrupt federal operations, growing concern is emerging over the impact on national security, particularly within the Department of Homeland Security, DHS. With tens of thousands of employees working without pay, experts warn that financial strain and uncertainty could undermine focus among personnel tasked with protecting the country at a time when global threats appear to be rising. Among those voicing concern is former acting DHS Secretary Chad Wolf, who recently spoke about the real-world implications of expecting critical security staff to perform under financial distress. His warning centers not on a lack of professionalism among DHS workers, but rather on the unavoidable human realities that come with missed paychecks, mounting bills, and personal financial obligations. Financial stress meets national security responsibilities. Wolf emphasized that individuals working in high-pressure security roles, such as airport screening, maritime patrol, and immigration enforcement, must maintain constant vigilance. However, when those same individuals are simultaneously dealing with financial uncertainty, their ability to remain fully focused may be compromised. He explained that worrying about how to cover rent, mortgages, or everyday expenses can weigh heavily on anyone, regardless of their level of training or dedication. In professions where even minor lapses in attention can carry serious consequences, this added burden becomes particularly concerning. The issue is not one of competence or commitment, Wolf noted, but of basic human nature. When individuals are unsure about their financial stability, it becomes increasingly difficult to maintain the level of concentration required for sensitive and high-risk duties. Tens of thousands working without pay. The ongoing funding lapse has left approximately 100,000 DHS employees in a difficult position. Among them are around 50,000 officers from the Transportation Security Administration, TSA, who continue to report for duty at airports nationwide despite not receiving regular paychecks. These workers form the backbone of the nation's aviation security system. Every day they are responsible for screening millions of passengers, identifying prohibited items, and detecting potential threats before they reach aircraft or crowded terminals. Despite their critical role, many TSA agents are now facing financial hardship. Some have reportedly taken on additional jobs, relied on savings, or sought assistance from community resources to make ends meet during the shutdown. While their dedication has kept airport security operations running, concerns are growing that prolonged financial strain could eventually take a toll on staffing levels, morale, and overall system effectiveness. Airport operations already feeling the impact. Across the country, travelers are beginning to notice the effects of reduced staffing and operational strain. At major airport hubs, longer lines at security checkpoints have become increasingly common, with some passengers reporting significant delays. These disruptions are not merely inconveniences. Aviation systems rely on precise coordination and efficiency to handle the massive volume of daily travelers. When staffing shortages occur, bottlenecks quickly form, creating ripple effects throughout the entire travel network. Officials have warned that if the funding dispute continues, delays could worsen. In extreme scenarios, reduced staffing could lead to partial shutdowns of security lanes, missed flights, and broader disruptions to airline schedules. For travelers, this means arriving earlier, planning for potential delays, and navigating an increasingly unpredictable airport experience. Elevated threat environment adds urgency. The timing of the shutdown has heightened concern among security professionals due to what many describe as an increasingly complex and volatile global threat landscape. Ongoing conflicts in regions such as the Middle East, combined with recent incidents involving violence and suspected terrorism, have reinforced the need for heightened vigilance within the United States. According to Wolf, recent events underscore the importance of maintaining a fully focused and adequately supported security workforce. He referenced multiple incidents in recent weeks that, in his view, highlight the persistent threat posed by individuals seeking to harm Americans. While details surrounding such incidents vary, the broader takeaway remains clear. Security agencies must operate at peak effectiveness to identify and prevent potential attacks. In this context, any factor that could reduce attentiveness, even slightly, is viewed as a serious concern. Proposed deployment of ICE personnel. In response to the growing strain on airport operations, Donald Trump announced plans to deploy officers from U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, to assist TSA agents at airports. The proposal aims to provide immediate support to overwhelmed security staff and help maintain operational continuity during the funding impasse. According to Trump, ICE personnel could help fill gaps created by staffing shortages, ensuring that security lines continue moving and that screening processes remain effective. However, the idea has sparked debate among policymakers and experts. While some see it as a practical solution to an urgent problem, others question whether ICE agents, whose primary mission focuses on immigration enforcement, are the best fit for airport screening roles. Critics also raise concerns about resource allocation, suggesting that diverting ICE personnel could impact other areas of national security and law enforcement. Despite differing opinions, the proposal highlights the urgency of the situation and the need for immediate action to prevent further disruption. Political tensions fuel the standoff. At the heart of the shutdown is a broader political conflict over federal spending and policy priorities.
lawmakers remain divided on key issues, making it difficult to reach an agreement that would restore funding to DHS and other affected agencies. The impasse has led to heated exchanges between members of Congress, with both sides accusing the other of placing political interests above public safety. Supporters of increased funding argue that failing to pay essential workers undermines national security and puts unnecessary strain on those tasked with protecting the country. Opponents, meanwhile, contend that broader policy concerns must be addressed before funding agreements can move forward. As negotiations continue, the lack of resolution has left federal workers in limbo and raised questions about the long-term impact of repeated shutdowns on government operations. The human cost behind the headlines. Beyond the political debate and operational challenges lies the human toll of the shutdown. DHS employees, many of whom have dedicated their careers to public service, are now facing significant personal and financial stress. For some, the absence of a paycheck means difficult decisions about how to prioritize expenses. Rent, utilities, groceries, and healthcare costs do not pause during a government shutdown, creating added pressure for affected workers and their families. Despite these challenges, many continue to report for duty, driven by a sense of responsibility and commitment to their roles. Their resilience has helped maintain critical services, but it also underscores the unsustainable nature of the situation. Risks of prolonged disruption. Security experts warn that the longer the shutdown continues, the greater the potential risks. While short-term disruptions can often be managed, extended periods of uncertainty may lead to more significant challenges. These could include increased absenteeism, reduced morale, and difficulties in maintaining staffing levels. Over time, such issues could weaken the overall effectiveness of security operations. In addition, prolonged financial strain may make it harder to recruit and retain skilled personnel in the future, further impacting the system's resilience. For an agency tasked with safeguarding the nation, these risks are not easily dismissed. The importance of focus in security roles. At the core of Wolf's warning is a simple but critical point. Security work demands complete attention. Whether screening passengers, monitoring cargo, or conducting patrols, DHS personnel must remain alert to identify potential threats. Even small lapses in focus can have serious consequences, making it essential that workers can fully concentrate on their duties. By highlighting the impact of financial stress, Wolf aims to draw attention to a factor that is often overlooked in discussions about national security. While technology, training, and intelligence play crucial roles, the human element remains central to effective security operations. Looking ahead, as the funding standoff continues, the situation remains fluid. Lawmakers are under increasing pressure to reach an agreement and restore normal operations, while agencies work to manage the challenges posed by limited resources. For travelers, the coming weeks may bring continued uncertainty, with potential delays and disruptions at airports across the country. For DHS employees, the hope is for a swift resolution that allows them to return to financial stability and fully focus on their mission. And for the broader public, the situation serves as a reminder of the complex interplay between politics, economics, and national security.